everyone! If you're new to this channel, I just want to give you a warm welcome. And I just want to take this opportunity to thank each one of you who interact with me in this community. Whether you give me a thumbs up, or you subscribe to my channel, or you make comments below where you share a little bit of your life with me, I am just so appreciative of you, because without you, there would be no channel. It confirms for us the reasons why we even started this channel, which was to share our story, and we have been feeling compelled to keep going. And a lot of it has to do with the encouragement that I get from some of you who have just written so many beautiful things to us about how we've impacted you or inspired you. Thank you, we love you, and we're gonna keep going. A part of our story is that we don't have a lot of money and we don't make a lot of money, but we do enjoy food and making the most of what we've been given. And we hope that we can inspire you to also stretch your dollar, save the money for something that you love to do, but still enjoy a simple and tasty meal with your family at home. Growing up, I loved Harvest Crunch. So one day I decided to buy a box because it is so nostalgic to me. And then I poured myself a bowl and I'm like, oh my goodness, it was awful. There were these clusters of, I don't know what, it was hard. It was really sweet. And when I found out I could make my own granola with simple ingredients, I'm like, I'm so there. This is my basic recipe, and you can add any dried fruit or nuts that you would like to add, whatever you like. So this is still very basic, very simple. Enough chit chat from me.
I know, from you.
Totally. Usually it's you.
Stop it.
This recipe is actually on my blog, flowlum.com/granola. I'm going to be doubling the recipe I have on my blog. So I'm starting with 4 cups of granola. Now I like just the regular rolled oats. You can get baby oats, which I find doesn't do well in granola. I've tried that. These are the best, and not the steel cut oats. Those don't do well in granola either. Okay, that's 4 cups of oats. These are what they call coconut ribbon or coconut flakes. And I also get these at Whole Foods. It's the only place I've been able to find them. I'm using 2 cups of this coconut. And I'm using these sliced almonds. You can also get them in the bulk section. I happen to be at Costco, so I just picked up a bag of these. And you're gonna want 2 cups of the almond. And if you don't want to use almonds, you can find another nut that you would like. I like the texture of the almond in there. Or you can use 1 cup of almond and 1 cup of something else. We're just gonna keep it simple. Give it a good pinch of salt. I'm using a tablespoon of cinnamon. And a tablespoon of cardamom.
Cardamom?
Cardamom. That's what we always like in our cereal.
I had no idea.
Or in our granola. Really? You didn't know?
No, I didn't know.
It smells really nice. Anyways, I think I have about a tablespoon in here, so I'm just going to use the rest of it. And cardamom is not cheap. So if you don't want to pay for the cardamom, or you don't want, or you don't like the flavor of cardamom, just don't add it. Just gonna mix this around. And so you can see all the textures, right? Like you can see that coconut ribbon in there. And I just like the texture of all the different parts of this granola. I'm using 1/2 cup of melted butter, unsalted. I'm gonna add 1/2 cup of good honey. This is that creamy honey, so I might just use a spoon to spoon it up. I don't think it'll pour very well.
Oh, it'll take forever.
1/4 cup of oil. On the recipe it says grapeseed oil, but I don't have any, so I'm just using vegetable oil. 1/4 cup of maple syrup. and 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Okay, we're gonna whisk all of this together until everything is very well combined. Okay, and that's what I mean by well combined. Almost looks like a caramel texture. I'm gonna pour it into our granola mixture. And then just stir it all together until it's well combined. I'm using a full sheet and I lined it with a piece of parchment paper. And I usually do that so that it's easier cleaning because some of it might stick to the pan. And I'm just gonna pour this out evenly onto the sheet and spread it out evenly on the sheet. Since Dude is my dishwasher.
Not only the counterman, folks. I serve many roles.
I've preheated my oven to 300 and we're going to cook it for 20 minutes, stir it around, and then cook for another half an hour, checking it every 10 minutes or so, just to make sure that it's not over browning. So everybody has a little bit of a different opinion of how brown the granola should be.
Yummo.
I wish you could smell it, everyone. It smells so good.
I know the kids walked in the apartment and there's like, hey, what'd you cook? It smells so good.
I want it for snack.
Without even knowing what it is. It could be like caramelized squirrel. Hey, okay, that's what you're having for snack.
All right, so I cooked this for 20 minutes, stirred it around, and cooked it for another 20 minutes to get this brown. If you want it toastier, you can leave it in for another 10 minutes. If you want it lighter than this, just take it out a little bit earlier. Totally flexible. That's why I cook it at 300 so that it's not too hot, that you can kind of gauge how brown you want it. At this point, what I would do is wait for it to completely cool, and then I would store it in a airtight container, and then it'll last you for about 2 weeks if it's not eaten up before then. But now, I know you guys love this part. It's time for
the taste. When was the last time you cooked granola?
I don't think I ever baked granola here in this apartment, and we've been here for like 2.5 years.
No way. It's been far too long without granola in our life. And we don't do the cereal thing. We haven't purchased cereal in ever, I don't think. We're glad to have granola back. I did also smell it. The fragrance wafted throughout the entire apartment when you took it out of the oven. So I may have taken a sample and burned my tongue. May have. I do like it this level of toasty because then it'll hold up under, if you put it in yogurt or you put yogurt on top, or I like to put soy milk. And I like how the components of the granola are still distinguishable. You have the almonds, you have the oats, and the coconut too, yeah. There it goes. All the textures and the flavors, having a party in my mouth. It's not overly sweet. It's got the butteriness that permeates throughout, and I'm getting the textures of all the ingredients, the major ingredients. So it's nice. I can't wait to have it for a breakfast alternative other than toast. Thanks.
You're welcome. So I hope you enjoyed that recipe. At this point, what I do is store it as is, and then the kids would just choose the type of fruit that they want with it in the mornings, whether it be dried apricots or raisins, or what we like to do is chop up candied ginger and add fresh fruit as well. So we've got papaya and blueberries and strawberries, and all of that is just delicious. So you can have a variety of different things. You can serve it with yogurt, you can serve it with just milk, or as Jude likes, with soy milk because of his lactose intolerance. Or even you can serve it over ice cream for dessert. There's a lot of things that you can do with granola. All right, if you like this video, please click the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and come follow me on Instagram. In the meantime, be simple, ordinary, and joyful.